George Orwell's 1984 is a dystopian novel set in a future totalitarian society where the government has complete control over every aspect of citizens' lives. The novel is set in the year 1984, in a country called Oceania that is ruled by a single party called the Party, led by a figure known as Big Brother. The novel tells the story of Winston Smith, a low-level party member who becomes disillusioned with the regime and begins to secretly rebel against it. Throughout the novel, Orwell portrays a bleak and oppressive world, where the government exercises total control over citizens' thoughts, emotions, and behavior. The party uses a sophisticated propaganda machine to manipulate and distort information, to the extent that even the history of the country is rewritten to suit the party's interests. Winston works at the Ministry of Truth, where he is responsible for rewriting historical records to make them conform to the party's version of events. Winston is secretly opposed to the regime and begins to keep a diary in which he writes down his thoughts and feelings. He also meets a fellow party member, Julia, and the two begin a forbidden love affair. Winston's rebellion against the party becomes more overt as the novel progresses. He begins to question the reality around him, and becomes increasingly aware of the party's manipulation of information. Winston learns of the existence of a secret resistance movement called the Brotherhood, which he hopes will overthrow the party and bring about a free society. Orwell's portrayal of the party and its methods of control are chillingly effective. The party exercises complete control over citizens' lives through its control of language, history, and even the ability to control people's thoughts. The party also uses a sophisticated system of surveillance, including telescreens that monitor citizens' every move, and the thought police, who punish citizens for even thinking of opposing the party. As Winston's rebellion becomes more overt, he and Julia are eventually caught by the authorities. They are brutally punished and subjected to intense interrogation and torture, designed to force them to betray each other and confess their crimes. During his torture, Winston comes to the realization that the party is all-powerful and that there is no hope for rebellion or revolution. He realizes that he must accept the party's ideology and learn to love Big Brother. The novel ends with Winston having fully embraced the regime, betraying Julia, and declaring his love for Big Brother. The final line of the novel, "He loved Big Brother," is a powerful and haunting reminder of the devastating effects of totalitarianism on the individual. 1984 is a powerful warning against the dangers of totalitarianism and the importance of preserving freedom and individualism in society. The novel shows how the party's control of language, history, and information is used to manipulate citizens' thoughts and beliefs, and how the party's surveillance and propaganda machine is used to maintain its grip on power. Orwell's portrayal of the party and its methods of control has been incredibly influential and has become a key reference point for discussions of totalitarianism and political control. The novel's legacy can be seen in popular culture, from the concept of Big Brother on reality television shows to the term Orwellian, being used to describe situations of government surveillance and control. 1984 is a fascinating and powerful work of literature that remains as relevant today as it was when it was first published in 1949. It serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of political control and the importance of preserving freedom and individualism in society. One of the most fascinating aspects of 1984 is the way in which Orwell portrays the psychological effects of living in a totalitarian society. Winston's rebellion against the party is not only a rebellion against the government but also a rebellion against the way in which the party controls citizens' thoughts and emotions. The party's manipulation of language, history, and information has the effect of erasing individuality and creating a collective consciousness among citizens. Another interesting aspect of 1984 is the way in which Orwell explores the relationship between power and knowledge. The party's control of information and history is a key part of its ability to maintain power. By rewriting history and controlling the flow of information, the party is able to create a version of reality that suits its interests. Winston's job at the Ministry of Truth is an example of the party's manipulation of information, as he is tasked with rewriting historical records to make them conform to the party's version of events. 1984 is a fascinating and powerful work of literature that remains as relevant today as it was when it was first published. Orwell's exploration of the psychological effects of living in a totalitarian society, the relationship between power and knowledge, and the dangers of political apathy make 1984 a rich and thought-provoking work that continues to captivate readers. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe our channel.